Recently, I was catching up on everything Disney has been doing, and man, this has to be one of the wildest stories in years. The company just keeps digging itself deeper every month. Do you guys remember that cartoon Primos that blew up online? It turned into one of the biggest corporate disasters Disney has had in a long time. And here's the craziest part. It wasn't canceled because of low ratings. Nope. Disney pulled the plug because they were trying to contain the damage it was doing to their image.
The Spanish language is not a Latin American language. It's a language the Spanish conquistadors forced upon Latin American people.
When Primos was first announced, Disney hyped it up as a celebration of Mexican-American family life. Sounds good on paper, right? But what actually happened was the complete opposite. The show became one of Disney's most universally hated projects before it even premiered. Nowadays, people rewatch the trailer and instantly understand why it failed. The audience has gotten way more aware of what's genuine and what's fake. Primos aired from July 2024 to April 2025, so it's still fresh. And just a few weeks after that, Disney abruptly shut down production. What's crazy is that the last episode actually got 30% more viewers than the premiere. So if this was only about numbers, Disney would have easily gone for a second season. But that wasn't the case. The reason was way heavier: reputation damage. Primos became a liability for the Disney brand, something the studio needed to erase fast. The series was basically doomed before it even had a real chance. And honestly, it reminds me a lot of Velma, another show that crashed hard, especially after its creator started talking too much online. But here's the difference. Primos had something that Velma didn't. It was supposed to represent the Mexican community. Yet the Latino audience rejected it from day one, even though it promised to be, quote, representative. This show was created by Natasha Klein, based on her childhood as a Mexican American. Her goal was to celebrate that culture, but the reaction in Latin America was instant and brutal. Viewers saw the trailer as a mockery of Latinos, and honestly, I get it. Nobody wants to see their culture turned into a joke. Respect matters, and Disney completely forgot that. That's where Primos made 3 massive mistakes that proved Disney had failed the most basic thing: proper cultural research. The first one, the visual mistake, the yellow filter. It's an old trope Hollywood uses to portray Latin countries as dirty or chaotic. In Primos, every shot of Los Angeles had this dark yellow tone, which made it look gritty and messy. People immediately called it out as lazy and offensive. Then came the grammar mistake. The title itself, Oye Primos, the phrase is grammatically wrong. Oye is singular, but the show was talking to 12 cousins, plural, so it should have been Oigan Primos. That's such a simple language rule that anyone fluent in Spanish would have caught instantly, but apparently no native speakers were involved in the final decision. It really showed that the team didn't understand the culture they were trying to represent. And then there's the worst one, the name of one of the cousins, Puquita. In many Latin American countries, that word has a very explicit sexual meaning. Using it in a Disney show was a total research disaster. This one really shocked people because Disney usually avoids anything remotely inappropriate. And here they went and did exactly that. After these mistakes blew up online, Disney went into full crisis mode. The backlash was so bad that they had to start re-editing and redubbing entire finished episodes. Reports say they even had to remove the main character's forced accent and cut down on the heavy Spanglish mix because it just wasn't working for Latin America. And remember, not every Latin American country speaks Spanish. Brazil, for example, speaks Portuguese, so the localization process was going to be a nightmare, and Disney was already losing control of the situation. But the clearest proof that Disney failed came when Primos became the first animated series in Disney television animation history not to be released with a Latin American dub, which should have been its main market. That wasn't just bad marketing, it was Disney admitting guilt. By pulling the show entirely from the region, they basically confessed that the controversy had turned Primos into a toxic product, both commercially and reputationally. What Primos really shows us is the danger of surface-level representation in Hollywood. When studios chase diversity just to tick boxes, without doing real cultural homework, it always backfires. Primos wasn't canceled because of bad numbers. It was canceled because the cultural backlash made it impossible to continue. And the saddest part is it could have been a good show. It had the Loud House vibe, a big, chaotic family living under one roof. There was real potential there, but poor execution and lack of respect killed it before it could grow. So what do you guys think? Did Disney do the right thing by canceling Primos to save their reputation? Or does this just prove that Hollywood still can't get it right when trying to represent non-American cultures? Let me know your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching till the end, and I'll see you in the next one.